Wow.
A little bit spicier than last.
It tastes like a talkie.
Especially it's when it comes out the other end.
These crazy white people think it's spicy.
Yeah.
That's hotter than mayonnaise for sure.
No big deal. And BD, give me another one. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, I thought that was gonna be
So much. My first time eating James, I already hated that.
spicy. Do you need something milk or No.
Finish Brutality 2025. Promised to be the most extreme brutality yet, with harsh weather, freezing temperatures, and very demanding stages. Oh, and fire. So what kind of weapon should I choose for these Arctic conditions? An AR? Maybe an AK? Nah, let's take a bullpup rifle that I'd never trained before and literally has desert in the name of the company. Yep, I took the Wolverine rifle and I paired it with Integrix 1-8 LPVO. Now, a low-powered variable optic, especially 1-8 power, is probably an overkill for this kind of competition, and I would definitely prefer to just use a red dot and a magnifier, since most of the stages are shot at a relatively close range, and the added weight of the LPVO can slow you down a bit. So why did I choose this scope? We are in a very good relations with Integrix, and we have just recently become their European dealers. I have a couple of their optics, some of them even pre-production, and I'm constantly testing them to give them feedback and points of improvement. This 1-8 is actually a pre-production model that I already put through extreme conditions of the light infantry shooting competition, and now I want to see how it performs in the harsh Finnish winter. And for the rifle, well, Desert Tech sent this one out for us to review, and what better way to properly test a rifle than get it through a brutality match. There was a small issue though. I received the rifle just 2 days before flying to Finland, so I barely had time to properly zero it and of course put this cool snow camouflage on it. If you want to see how I set it up with the Silent Steel micro suppressor and the G15 flashlight and some other stuff, check out the video we did about my gear loadout for this competition. One day before the competition, we usually have some time to check the zero of our guns, and there were no surprises here. Also, everything worked. Now, at first, I was a bit worried because the last bullpup rifle that I shot was an AUG a couple of years ago, and I have never really specifically trained with bullpup rifles except the basic training in Slovenian military where we used the F2000S. But it seems I just needed to take a couple of shots, and I guess muscle memory came back in, and it felt natural. It also helps that the Wolverine, unlike some other bullpup rifles, has a very ergonomic setup. Everything is in the proper position and it's just easy to operate. Damn it! Someone forgot to turn the microphone on stage 1. But on a completely unrelated note, does anyone know a good cameraman we can hire? Well, here you can see some serious, concerned and confused faces of the competitors in complete silence. Oh, and here's James Reeves. I love this guy, and he was finally able to make it to one of the brutalities, and it was the winter brutality. He hates shooting competitions and he hates cold. I doubt he even saw snow in person before this event. Okay, back to the stage. I'm focused but confident. My lucky cat ears will definitely help me out here. Pew! The skis go shoo 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 shoo.
Man, shut your bitch.
I definitely was nervous here, but when the first shots connected, I know I was good. Boom ding! Boom ding! Damn, look at that DIY snow camo. It blends perfectly with the background. Here I'm wearing mostly Verstelica gear, their snow camo upper and their multicam pants with their plate carrier. I have intentionally decided to go mixed camo in this competition because everyone else was in complete snow camo and I just want to stand out. And I want to piss off Instagram camo nerds. Since this was our first stage of the competition, I went a bit slower, just trying to not make mistakes and get penalties. Overall, I think I did great, but some other competitors were less fortunate.
Yeah, it didn't go very well. I timed out. I could not see that right target to save my life. Spent all my time on the second stage, and then in between the second and the third, I fell. So, but getting back up and getting ready again basically took all my time, and I timed out. Pretty bummed out.
Now keep in mind that the movement on this stage is done with a loaded rifle. So here we see Micah taking a big fall But pay attention to his trigger finger and to his rifle. The whole way he's falling down, the rifle is always pointed in the safe direction, and there were no safety violations here. So big props to him. If you have to fall with a loaded gun, this is probably the best way to do it.
Well done.
I'm gonna die.
Hit. And time. Hit. 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 Hit.
Stage 2 was simple. Ride the ATV and shoot the targets. This was probably the most fun I had at a shooting competition in a long time.
Hit. 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 Second bonus.
Now, after hitting all of the targets from each position, you had to remove the full magazine and take the last chambered round in your rifle to make a bonus shot. The trick here was that the bonus was only 5 seconds, so if you took longer to aim, you would still actually lose time even if you hit it. This stage really tested your gun manipulation skills, and I'm happy to report that I had zero issues with the bullpup design. What I have noticed though is that instead of using the magazine release button, I just automatically reverted to using the secondary magazine release catch that's next to the magwell. If you're wondering why we're driving so slow with the ATV, well, this is not snow, it's actually ice underneath, and if you're too aggressive on the throttle, it will just spin out and you will lose control.
Hit. Hit. And last hit.
And of course, if you go out of track or you hit the tires, that's a penalty. Here it really paid off for me to listen to Calvin and his great saying, slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
Okay, James, so what kind of fashion statement is this?
Dude, I don't
All
even...
the mixed camo and some civilian clothes.
It's all not even my stuff.
What kind of
so
LARP
I'm just
is
borrowing
this?
it. Fortunately, yeah, this is Florida Man in Finland LARP, and
Oh, yeah,
it's
that makes
actually
sense.
it's technically not a LARP when it is what it is. So I'm not LARPing. I am totally out of place, out of my element, and I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, I think he's smiling. He loves it.
No, I fucking hate it.
doesn't
I'm
want to
genuinely
say.
sick to my stomach. I can't sleep at night because it's so fucking cold. and
Oh, I thought it was because of the snoring and
No,
yelling drunkenly.
no, dude, that would be great if it were just like 72 in the cabin, but instead I'm in there freezing my sack off, dreading waking up to this.
By this time you have probably noticed that the weather doesn't seem to be playing a big role in this competition. The reality is that despite the lack of snow, the almost minus 20 degrees temperatures made everything much harder. But why it looks easy is because of good quality gear. Vorostelica really went all in and provided us with the best quality gear possible. We got the full kit from the Merino Mesh L1 layer, the L2 Merino Isolation, BDUs, jackets, and field and snow overalls. All that extra clothing made it harder to move, but if you put the whole system on correctly, it worked as designed. You were not cold when standing still, and you were not too hot when moving and doing tasks. This is super important because if you sweat in these conditions, sooner or later you will cool down and those moist garments are less effective and you are starting to lose body heat much faster. In these temperatures, it's actually better to run cooler and be cold all the time than being toasty and sweat at the wrong time. One thing you will notice here is I'm not using gloves. I can afford to do this in this kind of conditions only because of two things. I'm already quite warm under all of the layers of clothing I'm wearing, and the second thing is that these stages last maximum of 3 minutes, and after that I can put gloves back on and I can warm my hands without an issue. Unless I would be touching directly bare metal or something that could conduct heat very fast. No issue with the rifle here, no issue with shooting from the prone position. I feel like the rifle just sits nicely in my shoulder. I'm very fast with it, And then I remember I have an easier to reach magazine release button just next to my trigger finger. Magazine falls out, I make the bonus shot, and that's the end of the stage.
Guys, I really don't understand, like, why do you think only racists are here? You see, my good friend James Reeves is here with me in Finland. We only have snow camouflage. This is perfect for this kind of environment.
Yeah,
right?
no, there was a group of
They have
guys.
the poles in here?
There was a group of guys who used to dress a lot like you where I was growing up in the deep south.
Shooter, are you ready?
Yes.
Stand by! Stage was designed in a way that you could only take one shot from each position. So if you missed, you still had to move, shoot from the other position, and then come back. My goal here was not to get penalties, so try to hit everything on a first shot. There was a barricade with openings through which you shoot, and right behind it was the big Patria APC, which really limited your shooting position. I would say that this was one of the stages where having a bullpup rifle gave me a bit of an advantage. Trying to use any rifle longer than this would be very inconvenient. If you listen to my breathing, I'm quite winded already, but I'm trying to calm down and make a respiratory pause before every shot. I'm doing great until the second to last shot, where I accidentally breathe out onto my optic. It's so cold outside that instead of fogging up, it just instantly freezes. Now I immediately realize this, but I figure out that it'll probably take more time trying to get the ice off. I aim through the distorted picture, take a shot. Fuck! And of course I miss. So when I'm running to the penalty box, I use my glove, scrape the lens, see the optic clearly again, and just finish the stage. Lesson learned.
I hate having to go after you.
Shit, I missed one.
What was your time?
70 something.
Fuck you.
Before the next stage, just to give you the idea how cold it is, look at these pants. Now to the jacuzzi. If you look at the water, it looks like steam is rising out of it, but don't be deceived. It's around -20 outside, and they actually had to heat up the water to around 5 degrees Celsius just to keep it from freezing. And because of that extreme difference in temperature, it looks like steam is rising out of the water, but it's super, super fucking cold. Now this stage, besides the freezing water, should be quite simple. You have a battlefield pickup, the rifle that you're provided with, and you have to hit some targets at around 50 to 70 meters. I took my time, but I still had issues hitting some of the targets, and I thought it was just my bad eyesight or I'm aiming wrong, whatever. Now Micah did the stage after me and had some issues hitting the targets also and got some penalties.
It was not zeroed.
Now props to him to being so confident in his skills that he knew that something was wrong with the rifle, that it had to be off. So he went to the arrows and he was so convincing that before the next squad, they rechecked zero and found out that the mount of the optic was loose. We were all offered a reshoot, but I was already in a warm cabin with beer in my hand, so I just said no.
I love this Finnish brutalities, they're just getting easier and easier. This year we have a perfect hot tub here. I'm really enjoying it. The weather is nice, actually quite warm for Finland. And since I'm finished with shooting, I can drink beer.
But again, respect to Micah for taking the reshoot, going back into that freezing water and getting a perfect score. The second part of this stage was optional, but if you did it right, it could get you some bonus points. All you had to do is get out of the wet clothes, put some dry clothes on, start a fire and boil water. That sounds super easy, right?
Is this what you feed your babies?
Look at the Amerikanski. He needs his aide and his cameraman to...
Hurry up, Ryan! Fuck, I'm cold, dude.
Next time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, keep them on the thing. Got it.
So they don't get wet.
Yeah.
But I wasn't wrong about the inside outside, right? Okay. I was like, I thought I was doing that right.
This is what you get for not showing up to class.
Dude.
Says the Asian guy.
Man, I really wish I knew how to feather a stick.
I'm just proud of you that you're doing the hardcore mode.
Yeah.
Try it out, just slowly.
Fucking, is this gonna burn me?
No, it's room temperature. It's warm.
What the fuck is wrong with you people?
I'm drinking it. It's really not.
No, it tastes like strawberry Kool-Aid and piss.
Yeah, hopefully your striker doesn't freeze inside your gun.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Ah yes, the typical Finnish stage, shoveling snow. Draw my pistol, aim, and no click at all. It was so cold that my striker froze in place. Now after racking another round, it broke free, the pistol started to work again, and no issues forward. But after the stage, I went there, found the bullet, and it didn't even have a marking of the striker on it. That means the striker didn't even move. Generally speaking, hammer-fired pistols would not have this issue, but they're probably prone to some other problems that striker-fired pistols do not have. This stage went relatively well, but I'm not proud on my pistol shooting here. Way too many misses. It'll make more sense if I slow down a bit and just get hit after hit. Overall, that would be better for my score.
One more. Yes.
Wasn't a matter.
Didn't even get it.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. So it was frozen.
Something in the firing channel.
Yeah, I know what. The lube. Because I was looking at the temperatures here, and then at the last minute I decided to lube my gun because the temperatures was like a -3, -5 maybe. But today is super cool.
Which pistol is that?
Arex Delta X.
Okay.
It's good. This one like works almost everywhere.
Almost everywhere. With the asterisks.
Exactly.
No, good job. Like you cleared it out and got
Yeah.
into it. Nice work.
Yeah, I know, but I was like, oh shit, please fire. Please fire.
Dude, it's just so cold. Like it's making me sick to my stomach. It's so cold. It's like I'm gonna throw up on one of these
With your
stages.
gun yet?
I hate this so much. I'm not made for this. I'm sure it's lovely for the people here. The people of Finland have been very hospitable. They're very nice. It's a beautiful country. I'd buy a fucking postcard from here so fast and send it to my mom at Christmas time. But this ain't for me, motherfucker.
Another fun stage design on skis. Here you had a weighted sled and you had to ski from one shooting position to another. Engage the targets. Do a bonus shot.
Shoot the left one.
And then move forward. The bullpup system didn't really impede on my performance here, but it also didn't help much either. This whole stage for me was battling with the ski poles. You had to have ski poles attached to your arms, and they were just not cooperating. They got stuck when not needed, and they didn't provide enough support when I want to use them in that fashion. Here I load a full magazine on a closed bolt, and of course I don't use enough force. I'm fumbling around with the ski poles and everything, and because of it I rack the bolt handle. It does not pick up a round, so when it should go bang, it goes click. This stage looked deceivingly simple because the targets were at a close range, but they were not that big and a lot of people forgot about their height over board difference. Trying to pull the weighted sled and getting winded just made the whole thing harder.
Hit! 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 Retain back. Send the left target. Hit! Great. You're finished. I didn't use the poles. I should just use the poles from the beginning. Would be faster. And just like, yeah, I'll hit it. Fuck, okay, let's wait. Hit it.
Yeah.
Losing time for no reason.
Yeah.
Hit! 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 Hit!
What better way to get your morale up with some very rare Finnish sun, bayoneting stuff with an AK, and a good solid pistol shooting. Another simple and fun stage where you had to hit some targets with a pistol, watch out for the no-shoots, run to the other targets, stab them, and right back to pistol shooting.
Hit! 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 Move front! Hit! Get out the way! Hit! 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 Hit!
I guess I liked the stage so much that even after it was finished, I still ran to the targets and stabbed them again.
Okay. Good. So nothing wrong with the rifle, because of the rifle, but the arrow on previous stage wanted to look at it, and when the safety chamber flag was still in the chamber, he ragged the bolt 2 times and broke it in the chamber, of course. So. Pička materna je odzval. That in English means it's fucked. Oh fuck. Ah! Motherfucker. Yes! One! Hit! Hit! Boom! Okay!
On stage 9, everyone wished that they had knee pads. What you're seeing here on the ground is solid ice and then some big aggregate over it, so it would be less slippery. Now the issue was, when you threw yourself on your knees, those big rocks on solid ice acted like Legos.
Pull! Okay!
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Yeah! Hit! Hit! 145. Nice. Good job. Thanks. I do not have knee pads in these pants. I just got reminded of.
I left you a little love note over there. The girls told me to.
Where?
Right, go directly that way to the rocks.
The rocks. Nice.
So cute.
I loved the last stage. I got the best overall score on this one, partly due to shouting and encouragements from the arrow, and partly because of the rifle. I feel like the Wolverine was perfect for this stage, as it made it easy to crawl under the obstacles, it was fast and accurate on the target, and here you can see I was able to spin the spinner in no time. And then, for the cherry on top, I made the bonus hit with strong hand only.
Hit! Hit! Crawl!
I doubt I could pull this off with a conventional rifle, as it wouldn't be as balanced or wieldy as this one.
Let it ignite properly. Throw it. Great. Back. Crawl. Faster. Shoot. Bottom first. Then top. Hit.
That's it?
Yes, that's it.
You know, when you do all sorts of brutalities, and I did all kinds of crawling stages, sharp rocks, mud, everything, well, I think ice is the worst. It's solid ice with a couple of small rocks on it, and of course I don't have my knee protection or elbow protection. It fucking sucks. Whew.
You earned the patch.
Thank you very much.
I hope Yari doesn't hear this, but this is one of the easiest brutalities that I ever did. This is partly to the less physically demanding stages, and partly because of good gear. Instead of being cold and miserable, we were actually quite warm and very effective. At the end, I was able to score 13th overall and 8th place in Armored. This was definitely not my best performance, and I think I could do way better on some of the stages. I would say that the Desert Tech WLVRN paired with the Integrix LPVO did great. It was reliable, super accurate, and probably even gave me some advantage. But what got me in the end are two penalties. One at the Jacuzzi stage and the other one with the Patria APC. Without those two penalties, I would easily score first place in Armored, but that's just the reality of a brutality competition. If you want to be first, you have to have a perfect run.